We're here with tight end Jack Endries. If you have a question for Jack, go ahead and let us know in the chat and we'll call upon you. Okay, we'll get started with Jeff Ferrado. Go ahead, Jeff.
Jack, take us back to when you began playing football. I'm wondering what position or positions you played at the start, and at what point and why and how did you become a tight end?
Okay, so I started playing in 8th grade for a little league called PGFL, but I wasn't anything. I was way too skinny. I was like 8th grade. I'm pretty young, like underdeveloped. I was like a safety, but I was second string. I didn't play much. It wasn't my passion for sure. I played baseball, basketball, love those a lot more. Freshman year, I missed the first week of practice. I was on a vacation. So I was the third string tight end the whole season. So I only got reps in like the fifth quarter, but I was an outside linebacker, and that was what I liked the most, being outside linebacker. And then the year after that, I got moved to tight end, and then as soon as I played my first scrimmage I was on JV too. So JV year, on the scrimmage, I got 2 touchdowns. I knew I loved it. Had a great connection with my quarterback. So that's really how it started. And then since that sophomore year, I've had some really good connections, really good coaches. I've been working out at Cal Strength, and they actually put me on with Zach Ertz, who went to my high school, and he actually reviewed some of my film and gave me some tips, and that encouraged me a lot too. I got more involved in 7-on-7, and at this time, I totally knew I wanted to be a tight end. Sophomore to junior year. Junior year, I was mainly a tight end. Didn't really play outside linebacker, and then senior year was just tight end, outside linebacker. But I knew I wanted to be a tight end from there.
What did Zach tell you?
He reviewed my JV film, so it wasn't great, but he taught me like stemming and like two-step breaks and restacking on corners and nickels. Whoever's trying to guard me, linebackers, using speed, using my hands to get them off me and free myself up, pretty much.
Thanks.
Okay, other questions for Jack? Let us know in the chat. Okay, we'll go to Thomas Dunn from Radford, California.
Good afternoon, Jack. You obviously just credited Zach Ertz with helping your development. Who else in your life has helped you develop to get you to where you are today?
Okay, a couple coaches. Want to think of the ones I've mainly been working with since high school. So I worked with big development in my game was Victor James, Proving Grounds. He was during COVID, which is where I had most of my development because there wasn't any school. So I would mostly just go work out. I'd go run with him and then go lift every day. I'd work with him, a couple of my buddies, and he totally developed me into like tight end. Like I was a JV player, and then the next year I was like a D1 player. I think it's a huge jump, to be honest with you. But yeah, he developed all my receiving and my speed. He definitely helped me with my speed and power too. And then obviously at Cal Strength, I worked with Joseph Marr, who was a strength coach. He helped. I got a lot bigger. I think I gained 50 pounds from JV year to junior year over the COVID too. And then recently I've been working with Eric Swoop, who used to be in the NFL, and now I just sometimes during Sundays when we're off, I go back to Danville where I'm from, and I go work with him, and he helps me with my releases and blocking and receiving, and then I'll watch a little bit of film with him, and he'll tell me what's going on.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, other questions for Jack? Go to Matt Moreno from Rivals.
Obviously getting that chance to get out there, especially that Washington game, got used quite a bit. What have you learned just being on the field and getting that opportunity to go up against, some top caliber players so far?
What I learned is I have to trust in myself, and I gotta believe that I could beat whoever's in front of me, and that's something I really gotta know during the game. Like, don't freak out. Like, you got this guy in front of you. You could beat him any given day, and it's not just about him. Now I gotta look around me and like, is the corner like really focusing on the wide receiver next to me? Like, no, it's man, no, it's zone immediately. Have a plan. Some of the things I've learned, like just have a plan when I'm going to go out there, run a route, or even when I'm in the line blocking, like, is there going to be pressure from the outside? Do I got to alert the tackle next to me? Do I got to pick up? It's a lot of just not freaking out and knowing what I have to do and playing my job and playing my leverages, and also making sure the quarterback knows what I'm doing,
Okay, we'll go back to Jeff Ferrano. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I think you mentioned playing in PGFL. Were you living in Pleasanton at the time, or did you commute over there?
I commuted
One
from.
of my kids played in the PGFL.
Yeah, I commuted. I was in Blackhawk in Danville, so I just make that drive every day, and it was nice actually because I played baseball right next to that, like the practice field where we played. So I immediately after football practice go straight to baseball practice because football wasn't my main target at the time.
And were you playing contact or flag at the time?
It was contact. But I was so light. I think like I had a couple tackles at safety, but that was about it. It was. I mean, at that time, it's whoever's big and developed runs the league pretty much.
And how tall and how much did you weigh, you think, in the 8th grade?
I don't know. I was probably like, that's tough. I don't know, like 5'8", probably like 120 pounds, probably. Yeah.
And at what point did it occur to you that you might go play college football?
JV year when I had a couple good games at tight end. It's JV, of course, but my coach, Nate Ricina's dad, actually told me like a couple of the scouts, and the scouts were coming to the games for Nate Ricina, and like UC Davis, San Jose State are the ones that come to mind. And then Nate's dad was like, "Yeah, these coaches are actually really interested in you. They've been seeing how you've been playing." And then from there, I got a couple invites to like I forgot what they're called, like the junior days or maybe sophomore days. I don't know, where they invite you to the campus. And I was going to go on those until COVID happened. But that's when I knew there was a shot for sure. It was funny, actually. A couple of my friends believed in me more than I believed in myself at the time. But then when I just got bigger and stronger, I knew I could go D1.
And so when you got the word from Nate's dad that there was a couple of coaches maybe taking a look at you, what was your reaction?
I was surprised. I never thought that I was going to go play football anywhere, to be honest with you. It was just a hobby at the time. Obviously, I'm young. It was my second year playing football pretty much. But I was really excited at the time. I just thought it was really exciting to be looked at as a prospect.
But up till then, it was just something to do while you're waiting for baseball?
Yeah, I mean, at the sophomore year, so JV, once I started like playing better at football, it was I started to like it more than I liked baseball for sure. Like once you're I don't know, I think offense is a lot more fun for me personally, but that sparked my interest in the game a lot more, and it was definitely, I think that was probably my focus at the time because I stopped playing basketball too, so it was just football and baseball. They were probably going 50-50 until I started playing better in football, and then it was like 70-30. Like I liked football a lot more probably.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to Maria Koladova from Rivals.
Hi, can you talk a little bit about what it's like playing for like a Jake Spavital offense? He's been talking for the past couple of weeks about wanting to use you and the other tight ends a lot more in his offense. So what's that been like for you?
It's fast paced and a mixture of receiving and blocking. I like that. I like the fast pace a lot. We just gotta. I love the way he calls the plays too. I think it's perfect. I just think as an offense we gotta step up, play more as a unit. I think some of us are off at sometimes, like one player. It's just you got to do your job. But I love it, and he's definitely getting me involved in the passing game. We gotta make plays. We gotta keep the ball going, and I like the way he calls it, and I like the run plays. I like the passing plays too. I think it's perfect.
Okay, anybody else with a question for Jack? All right. I think that's it, Jack. Think
Sweet.
you're good.
Thank you.
You.